Vice President-elect J.D. Vance makes it clear the new U.S. administration will demand that its allies respect freedom of speech, especially European countries, including Poland.
American power comes with certain strings attached. One of those is respect free speech, especially in our European allies. Like, look, I'm not going to go to some backwoods country and tell them how to live their lives, but European countries should theoretically share American values, especially about some very basic things like free speech.
Donald Tusk's government, however, has serious problems with the rule of law, including regularly refusing to allow reporters from the station Republika to attend his press conferences. And freedom of speech is a fundamental value for the Republicans in America, who will soon assume full power.
Rola J.D. Vance'a będzie tutaj wyjątkowa w tym sensie, że
J.D. Vance's role will be unique in the sense that this is the senator who earlier this year took a very strong interest in how the takeover of public television in Poland played out. His letter to Secretary Blinken got a great response from the secretary himself, but I think now he will have a very different playing field from his position as vice president.
miał zupełnie inne pole manewru.
J.D. Vance is seriously concerned about the situation in Poland since Donald Tusk's government came to power. This is what he wrote on X, formerly Twitter, in January. Until recently, Poland had a conservative government. Using a lot of diplomatic and economic pressure, the Biden administration and many European nations attacked that government as anti-democracy. That government recently was replaced by a globalist liberal government that is now arresting its political opponents and shutting down public debate. Sound familiar? In the name of protecting democracy, they are using your tax dollars to attack a government that was a great ally of ours. Such behavior by those in power endangers all of Poland.
It's insane that we would support a military alliance if that military alliance isn't going to be pro-free speech.
And in the face of Russian aggression, the alliance with the United States is the only guarantee of security for Poland and the countries in the region.
Jak wydaje się niektórym,
The idea that Europe today is capable of providing for its own security is a pipe dream. For example, the stockpile of ammunition in Europe would be enough for just a few days of fighting on the front lines of Ukraine's defense against Russian aggression. Rafał Trzaskowski's meeting with the Polish-American community was a good example of how divisive the civic platform is towards the Polish people. The current president of Warsaw has ambitions to become head of state. We can't have someone who speaks of other Poles, his political rivals, in terms of finishing them off. And why is there no street in Warsaw named after Lech Kaczyński, the greatest Polish president? 7,600,000 people treated like garbage. Donald Trump seeks good relations with Poland, but it is necessary to restore the rule of law in our country and respect freedom of speech. At the end of the day, the Polish-American community voted overwhelmingly Republican, and in the 3 key states where most Americans of Polish descent live, Trump won decisively. And who voted for Kamala Harris? This is not really known because in most of the states where she voted, voters do not have to identify themselves with any document, and in others it can be done without a photo. What a coincidence, writes Elon Musk on X. Donald Trump has long warned that this is an easy way to tamper with votes.
Now, for everything else, you're allowed to have a card, but for voting, which is our most important act, it's considered virtually a crime, so you're not allowed to ask for identification. Now, there's only one reason that's done. That's because they want to cheat on elections.
Trump won so decisively that no unfavorable decisions could change the verdict of the American people. So the Republican is already getting to work. He is assembling a team of his closest associates and holding important talks, among other things, about peace in Ukraine or the Middle East, but also about strengthening the borders and deporting illegal immigrants, as he promised in his campaign.
Not a cent of government spending should go to subsidize this, not to sanctuary cities, not to federal aid to people who are in this country illegally. And we're going to see a large number, by the millions, of self-deportations as well. And so these are pragmatic places to start that would give us, yes, the largest mass deportation in American history.
Donald Trump has also announced that America will increase oil production after he takes power, which is also an argument for ending the Russian invasion of Ukraine.